are going to stop Bowser.
Princess Peach is one of the most popular characters in the Mario franchise, and we draw her today in 8 random styles that I'm going to pull out of this cup. So let's start off with the cotton candy effect. And a huge shout out to Gleb Art, who was the founder of this kind of mysterious style of pulling names out at random. So if you like the artwork that I do, head over to his channel because I think you're absolutely going to love it. Now, let's head on into the video. So in essence, what we want to do is make this look like light, fluffy cotton candy, and we're going to use traditional cotton candy colors, which are going to be neons, pinks, purples, and fuchsia colors. And I know I've repeated this a lot, but every time I think of cotton candy, I think of this.
I'm sticky sweet, stuck in your teeth like cotton candy.
And Beelzebub from Hell of a Boss has the perfect colors for cotton candy. And so does Peach, by the way, when you think about it. First section down, what do you think? Now, we are going to head on over to the X-ray effect. Now, I do X-ray in 2 different styles. One is the cartoon illustrative way, and 2 is a realistic way where you kind of see bones and a lot of a neonish type of effect. This is going to be the simple, clean, cartoon style effect that we kind of know with a lot of the Posca markers and paint pens that are out there. So we're just going to keep it simple and clean and kind of use this as a impromptu cartoon in case we don't actually get the cartoon style. A good tip before you use any kind of acrylic paint pens, do make sure you give them a good shake because that will make sure that the paint gets solid and fluid all throughout before you go on to the next part of the application, which is going to be the white. And now the X-ray effect is complete. The next one we have on is the radioactive effect. This is a new effect for me, and basically what we're trying to achieve is Princess Peach has now stepped into like a 1980s horror situation where she's been doused with a whole bunch of radioactive goo, and now she's become completely radioactive herself. So basically, we're going to just have a lot of yellows, lots of greens, those traditional 80s, 70s radioactive vibes. Once again, it's kind of like doing a horror, but without doing a horror, just in case we don't get horror. So I really wanted to make it more like a radioactive zombie. So let me know, because if this is something you want to continue to see, I actually love the way this came out, because it really does have that cool radioactive feel. Some last minute highlights, and we're going to call this one complete, as once again we head on over, but now we are on the water effect. For this effect, what we want to achieve is those nice beautiful ocean colors, but we want to have it have a nice ripple to it. You can almost call this the ripple effect too, but water just seems a little bit easier. We're not just going to go blues here, we're going to add some greens, we're going to add some dark blues, we're going to add some light blues, and we're going to blend them out. We really want to add the current, and by doing so, we're going to add in the greens curving around the form. That's how we're going to make it look like moving water. It sounds easy in application, but you really have to take into effect all of the forms, so that way it just doesn't get lost into looking like a big blue blob with some random squiggles. With the water effect complete, we are now going to head on to the next one, which is pop art. And pop art is something that I really love. It's bright, it's colorful, it's vivid, uses a lot of high contrasting colors, and with portraits, it's really cool because you can add some blues against yellows and purples against oranges, and it's just, you really make all these really interesting colors juxtaposed to each other, and it's just really cool. If you want to learn more about the pop art style, I do a little bit more of a detailed lore through in some of my other videos, but next up we have the zombie effect, and I was kind of happy to finally get a real horror design. So this one is going to be the longest because I really want to add as much detail, because we really haven't had something that we can kind of sink our teeth into and add a lot of detail. So I really want to take my time and add as much detail as I can. The green and yellows that I will be applying will be very pale. When we think of zombies, they are incredibly pale creatures. We do not want to add any warm values at all. So if they're going to be greens, they're going to be gray greens, they're going to be gray blues. Even the peach that I do add later with the paint pens, it's just for little aspects of tonal, and it's going to be very light because the paint pens will wash away. So they actually dry significantly lighter. The hair, I really want the hair to be frazzled and damaged. I don't want it to be smooth like it is in the movies. And of course, for the eye, I had to add a little bit of blood texture. So let me know if you like this 8 different styles where it's kind of mysterious. Is this something that you like, or do you kind of only like seeing 4 and there's a little bit more detail in each corner piece? I might mix and match, but I do really like this kind of fun, interpretive way. It kind of gives a little bit more of a niche into each style, so let me know what you guys and gals think. Do you like this version, or do you like the old version better? On to the penultimate pick, we have puzzle pieces. And I haven't done this one in a really long time, I don't think, because puzzle pieces is fun. Basically, we're going to break it down into what you would get if you were to break apart this image into little bits of puzzle pieces. I do it one of 2 ways. One, you can make the whole image and then just draw puzzle pieces on top. That's fun, but sometimes what I like to do is imagine the image broken apart into individual puzzle pieces with highlights and shadows being each individual piece. To me, that's a little bit more fun, it's a little bit more artistic, instead of just drawing the image and then just tracing over random puzzle piece parts. You could do both, whichever you like, and that is the beauty of this kind of style. You can pick and choose however you like to do this style. When you are going to add any of the little lines at the end, you can either go very bold, like I'm going to do here, or you can go with a very fine liner, whichever you prefer, because in essence, it's all about what you think and how you feel about this particular effect. I like to go a little bit thicker just so you can actually see the puzzle pieces a little bit easier and you can see the color shifts. And last up, we have a very new one that we've been doing, and that is Gummy Bear. And that came about with my Luigi video a couple of weeks ago. And I really like the way the Luigi came out, so we're going to just now make Princess Peach into a gummy bear. How are we going to achieve that? Base layer first. Then we're going to add a little bit of darks here and a little bit of highlights across the whole thing, primarily in colored pencils, and then finish off with a little bit of paint pen, and then we're going to have that perfect highlight with those paint pens. Here's the aforementioned highlights I was talking to you about, but we want to keep it minimal because we only want the brightest spots to show, and then we're going to just add that little bit of shadow all around just to show where the darkest spots are, and we're going to call this thing complete. What is your favorite of these 8 mysterious designs? Let me know in the comment. Thank you all for stopping by, and I'll see you all in the next video.